Joe Budden said hip hop is basically dead. All right. Now, with this topic, we're gonna have to break down a couple of reasons why he's right in the sense that hip hop is dying. But does that mean that it's dead forever? I mean, stay tuned. We'll let you know. Let's get straight to it.
I'm going to interrupt you real quick because I don't want to forget. Yo, this shit is so entertaining now, I don't want y'all to stop. I want to be alive to see y'all totally kill this hip hop shit.
That's what I was about to ask.
I ain't gonna.
Do you think that hip hop is?
I'm too invested now.
You think hip hop is on its way out the door with all the incarcerations?
Let's kill it.
No.
Let's kill it.
That's only this portion of hip hop.
There's a
Hip-hop is
certain
so wide.
brand of hip hop is.
Maybe
think so?
that. Maybe
Yes.
that drill rap. Because again,
A lot of people are incarcerated, Paul.
The people that are making music about killing and actually killing are
Should
going
be.
to have a hard time making,
it's gonna be rough.
making music.
Yeah, but they had control of the market for a while, right? I mean,
I wouldn't say that, but they had a run.
They were being pushed. They had a run. They were being pushed to the forefront.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
they had a run.
So how does that look now, right? I mean,
Not great.
We're not taking the. A lot of people have been shitting on the Cardi album, right? His name, Party.
Playboy
Playboy
Cardi.
Huh?
Playboy Cardi.
Yeah, people have been making fun of that, and like the music the artists that people look forward to seeing are currently locked up, like
Not
Dirk.
dropping. That's not.
And
But
they're
that's only a small portion. You
Yeah.
still have rappers that are dropping. You know what I'm saying? You still got.
But are they moving
It's
the needle?
over, man.
So
Yo,
fair.
it's over.
Are they moving the needle,
I don't give a
Freeze?
fuck with y'all.
Fam,
They're not moving.
Kendrick's Luther has been number one for how many weeks now?
Oh yes, Kendrick.
you
All right, you got
name
that.
one person.
You got Drake is still Draking.
That's two
Nokia
people.
is still moving.
That's two people.
The type of music
No. Names one
What?
people.
I mean, the charts is just them right now.
I don't.
I'm talking about the charts.
Name
Who's dropping?
whoever you want to name.
I think rock and roll is coming back.
to fight the case. Yeah.
I think rock and roll.
Yeah, Neil Diamond.
The Bee Gees. The Bee Gees.
Yo, this shit is dead, dying
Looking
fast.
crazy.
I
These
disagree.
niggas is selling ass for a fraction of a penny.
But they've
Albums
been
are
doing
dropping
that.
less. You are seeing musicians less. More and more musicians are having to get it from the backyard or from some other means. They not giving you the money that you earned. This shit is over, man. Shit is fucking destroying and rebuilding in front of us.
But Joe,
and that's not what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, I'm about to
that's
say that's
maybe
totally
a deeper
different.
conversation. But a large portion of this shit is all of you idiots just talking about shit.
Yeah.
It is,
That's
yo.
a fact.
It is. Yo, I've heard more Yellow Beezy verses than I've ever heard in the last 2 weeks. To my surprise, he's nice.
Yes.
I would never know that because I tap out of a certain faction of hip hop. The Yellow Beezy kid can rap. And when I hear the rap, guess what he doing? You guessed it.
Tell him.
Tell him. I'm like, damn, this nigga nice, but he's telling right now. All of these niggas talk too fucking much.
No, what's happening?
Now, I'm talking about that sector
listen,
of it.
Yeah.
What's happening is you got street niggas, gang niggas rapping. It's not rappers talking about this shit. You got people that's living this shit now saying, hey, let me try to rap. And we got this thing about hip hop where you got to be authentic. We champion authenticity. We want everybody to be true to who you are. So their idea of that is, okay, let me tell y'all who I am.
Now, the current state of hip hop is ran by what I will call people who don't care about lyricism or care about metaphors or similes or stuff like that. You know, like the battle rap-esque or essence of what hip hop truly is, right? Which is, you know, coming up with some hard bars, right? We have the Playboy Cardis, you know, Future is dope, but Future doesn't care about actual, you know, Nas type of raps or Jay-Z's or Rakim's, DMX. Like, these are just some people just off the top of my head. I'm just naming off of prolific rap styles, forms, art. You could put art behind what they're doing, and it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But people who just like to vibe, it's like this new age is just vibe music. I wouldn't call it hip hop. I would call it like vibe. Like whatever your vibe is, you could put it on. If you want some Playboy Cardi, he's just vibing on the track. He's not putting hip hop together. He's not hip to the hop. He's not hippity hopping. You know what I'm saying? He's actually just creating sounds or what, using a word. If he says one word, let's say Sasuke, and he just makes a whole song surrounded by that one word and everything that rhymes with it and all the nuances and sounds that come from that one word. That's what they're doing. To me, they're just vibing on the beat, right? Because people just like the beat most of the time and how they're sounding on the beat, right? They're not going there for like a consciousness or to feel conscious of the moment, right? So when it comes to someone like Playboi Carti being number one, that's how I know personally that hip hop is dead, because right after the Drake and Kendrick Lamar situation, I thought that was the peak hip hop, but I also thought that was like the ending of hip hop, because it ended that old version of hip hop, right? That was kind of like, hey, let's make, because this is what we know Drake for, right? Making hits, making good music for the moment, right? But none of this good music gonna last. All of that shit is here today and gone tomorrow, right? Something that he literally said in Pound Cake, right, with Jay-Z. That was when Drake was rapping. Nothing was the same. Go back to that album and listen to how Drake was rapping, and nothing was the same. Now compare that Drake to the Drake that was in the rap battle, and that's why I said that he lost. If Drake would have rapped like nothing was the same, right? If he would have rapped like it was Pound Cake or All of Me, with Big Sean and 2 Chainz, if he would have rapped like that song, he would have cleared Kendrick Lamar out the aisle, because he would have actually been rapping. What he was trying to do was doing what hip hop was currently being for the last 5 or 6, 7, 8 years, however long he's been in reign, right? Which was create that hit, create that back to back, create that catchy vibe, because we wanted a vibe, right? But this battle specifically, we wanted to hear 2 of the best give us bars. And that's old hip hop. That's the golden age. That's Biggie Smalls. That's Tupac. That's Nas. That's Rakim. That's KRS-One. And notice how we don't have any rap groups anymore, like Migos, right? Remember the Migos was popular, Ray Schmurd. Like I'm talking about mainstream popular. Notice we have no mainstream popular rap groups like Outkast, right? Or I don't know if I said the Jungle Brothers already, but or Wu-Tang Clan. We don't have these type of groups in the middle of having great individual rappers, right? In the same era, NWA, right? Like we have, right? You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have that no more. Where are they at? I don't know any of them. The Migos to me were the last one, and they weren't specifically rapping. They were doing what I called vibe. They were vibing on the beat. So when you guys understand that this take by Joe Budden isn't far-fetched, and to me, he kind of let it off nicely. But I think the part that he's talking about when it comes to let's have this conversation later in terms of it being destroyed and being rebuilt, I think that's what's currently happening right now. I feel like while it's dying, there's certain people or certain things that's probably going to happen in the future is going to try to make artists have more ownership over the things, right? Artists getting more money per stream. You guys understand that per stream for artists is like 0.0008. Like it's extremely low. And to be honest, it's disrespectfully low. But that's what the labels and the music industry has created. So there's really no monetary value in the music industry unless you become the top 1%. But in order to be that, it's a long and strenuous route. You see what I'm saying? So let me know what y'all think on this specific topic at hand. I mean, hip hop currently to me is dead, but I also feel like at the same time it's also being rebuilt by the fact that we're even having this conversation and more people are becoming enlightened to the music industry. And the more people that honestly deter or stop listening to hip hop in general, the more likeliness that we'll have the hip hop industry itself crumble, the business itself crumble, which would probably then lead back to actual real artists who actually care about the core root of hip hop, right? Because everything evolves, and people like to say this is just an evolved version. It actually digressed. Hip hop was evolving from the late 80s or early 80s in some cases to the early 90s to the late 90s. It was kind of getting really nice. You know what I'm saying? This is when we had the DMXs. Some people will put Eminem in there. Like, this is when we started to have people who really took that, all right, let's care about this lyricism and let's put these words together, right? And then after that, in the mid 2000s, it kind of got extremely watered down and hook based. You know what I'm saying? I want to say right after the 50 Cent era or around on top of that 50 Cent era, where it was kind of a vibe. You know what I'm saying? And that's no shot, obviously. We all know how great he is. But I'm just saying music turned around that time. So when you guys take all this stuff in consideration and how the angle of music went, where it's at now, it hasn't technically evolved. You know, it's just digressed, and the beat makers evolved, but the penmanship on the artists did not evolve. Meaning that they're just writing with the producer. The producer is the best now, not the actual artist or the artist and the producer working together. Now the artist kind of solely relies on the producer to produce those type of styles for him to just vibe on, for people to fall in love with, right? So this is just my, my little breakdown or my piece of thoughts, or whatever you want to call this diatribe of basically me giving what I feel about hip hop currently today. Do I hope hip hop come back to where what it originally was? Yes, I wholeheartedly. That's literally why I don't even listen to a lot of the new music today, like at all. I just don't listen to no other than Kendrick Lamar, Drake's, and the J. Cole's, right? But that's why hip hop is dead. Is only 3 people that's doing that style of music. You know what I'm saying? Drake hasn't done it in a while. He's been doing the vibey stuff, right? But J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar actually care about the rootness. We're talking about mainstream artists too, by the way. I'm not talking about independent or non-mainstream. But the mainstream artists, like those guys, they're taking the craft extremely seriously. Uh, Even though J. Cole drops and is here today and gone tomorrow, nobody really literally plays it again, it seems like, or it's not talked about. Like as if a Kendrick or a Drake would drop, it's like talked about for a very long time. So I would take J. Cole even out of that situation. Like he's not doing what Kendrick and Drake is doing. So for me, it's 2 people who's just doing hip hop at a mainstream level, and we're being carried by 2 people. Come on. Just it doesn't make any sense, and it's disrespectful to the craft and the people and the pioneers who basically put their sweat equity to basically get it to where it's at. Because if the people aren't getting paid now, what do you think they were getting paid back in the 90s, right? So let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Is being bored out for me to run back with another banger, man. Peace.